Hey, sweet people. It is Foster. I just wanted to give you a quick update before the episode today. This year, in 2020, we are doing 12 different language challenges. So each month we will have a different challenge. For example, we have a challenge about improving your vocabulary, a challenge about making good first impressions in English, and a 30-day challenge about having better, more natural, more authentic conversations with native speakers. I personally am super excited about it, and I would love for you to participate. So if you like this show, if you like what we do, and you are serious about improving your English in 2020, then I really think you should participate in some of these challenges. So if you would like to learn more, just check out inglesnocru.com. Let's get on with the show.
O Cambly continua te oferecendo uma aula grátis lá no Cambly.com ou no aplicativo do Cambly com falantes nativos do inglês. Todos os professores que estão lá são falantes nativos da língua inglesa. Então, você que está querendo melhorar o vocabulário, melhorar a conversação, falar sobre business, falar sobre a sua área de atuação, treinar para uma entrevista de emprego, vai no Cambly.com ou no aplicativo do Cambly e coloca o nosso código em minutos grátis. O nosso código é Inglês no Cru Podcast. Vale muito a pena, todo mundo que fez curtiu e também os planos que eles oferecem é de acordo com o que você puder fazer e puder pagar. Então, se você puder fazer, por exemplo, 15 minutos por semana, tem plano assim. 30 minutos 2 vezes por semana, tem plano assim. Vai lá, dá uma fisicada, vale muito a pena. A gente não tá aqui falando todos os dias sobre isso para você se realmente a gente não acreditasse. Tá bom? Now, on with the show.
Hello. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Inglês no Cru Rádio. My name is Foster, and as always, I am here with
Alexia. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode.
How are you doing today, Alexia?
Here is extremely hot these days, but it's not like, you're carioca, you can handle that. No, I can't because it's a different type of heat, completely different type of heat.
Yeah, it's pretty hot here as well. Can I give you a quick tip, Alexia? So a lot of times you say, here is pretty hot, but the correct way to say that is, here it's pretty hot.
Here
so
it's.
It is. Yes. So it is the contraction of it is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And that's it. So I am recording from our apartment here in Porto. I have a 3-month-old dog looking at me like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Why aren't you with me? And my dad is really next to him, taking care of him. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Alexia is in Portugal with a little puppy and her dad. That can be difficult. I am in Spartanburg, South Carolina with my parents and a really bad tummy ache.
That can be difficult.
And we are recording remotely. So let's just see how it goes.
It's going to be fine. So today we are talking about...
Today we are continuing our conversation about different states in the United States because it's fun. I think people seem to like it. And today we are talking about one of my all-time favorite states in these great United States, which is... North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay, can I start asking you why is one of your favorite states?
Absolutely. So just to be clear, I am from South Carolina. So if you are imagining a map, and most Brazilians know where Florida is, the Carolinas are above Florida. And then naturally, South Carolina is to the south, and then North Carolina is on top of South Carolina. Okay?
Yes.
And just to be very clear, again, I really love South Carolina, my home state, but I also really love North Carolina.
Yeah, I love North Carolina as well. I don't know that much as you do.
Yeah, so let me give you just a few reasons why I love North Carolina. First, it's in the South, in the Southeast. I have a strong connection with the South and Southern culture, but there can also be a lot of bad or complicated things about the South. And North Carolina is a little bit more progressive, a little more modern, has more modern cities, a lot of great universities and nature. So you have everything that's great about the South without some of the bad stuff.
Without of the bad stuff, which would be?
Yeah, I mean, there's still tons of racism, but specifically when I'm thinking about South Carolina, not only is there a lot of systemic racism, but there's also a huge lack of education. There is a lack of infrastructure. South Carolina is one of the poorest states in the United States. So North Carolina has a lot of benefits from just being a little bit more modern and having more money, to be honest.
Okay. It's clear enough. Thank you.
Okay, so let me ask you a question now, Alexia. So you know North Carolina relatively well. You've been to a bunch of different cities in North Carolina. Can you tell me which cities you visited in North Carolina that you remember at least?
Okay, so Raleigh.
Okay, we got one, Raleigh, the capital of North Carolina.
Yes. Asheville.
Asheville, that's two.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, which is not Charlotte. Charlotte is Charlotte.
Yes.
Charlotte.
What else?
Think about Chris Gethard.
Wilmington. Dawson's Creek. Yes.
Wilmington, apparently where they filmed the TV series Dawson's Creek,
Yes.
which Alexia is enjoying right now.
Wilmington, it was awesome. It's like Charleston, but it's smaller, and we can talk about it later. Well, we already talked about it. We have a full episode about it.
Yeah, I think we have a full episode about Asheville, about Wilmington. I'm not sure if we recorded an episode about Raleigh.
No, because I had to leave like in 2 days, remember, because of the snow storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, no, I loved Raleigh so much. I really, really, really want to go back there. And then I remember that we took the car and went to Duke, which has a Duke University, and the Chapel Hill as well.
Yes. So Duke is in a small town called Durham. And then Chapel Hill is a city and also where the University of North Carolina is.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Duke University is like Hogwarts. It's so amazing.
Yeah. And okay. So I lived in Raleigh for almost 1 year, like 4 or 5 years ago. And one of my favorite things about that area and North Carolina in general is there are so many awesome universities. So in Raleigh, you have North Carolina State University, which is the official state university of North Carolina.
It's a public, right?
It's a public school, yeah. And then within 30 minutes in both directions, you have Duke and the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, which are both amazing universities. And in North Carolina, you have, you have Davidson, which is a small private liberal arts college. You have Wake Forest, another private wonderful university. You have the University of Wilmington, which is a great school for film studies.
It's considered like the Hollywood of the East Side, right?
The Hollywood of the East?
Of the West Side, sorry. No. É, isso mesmo.
That would be the East.
East Side.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite things. I love just like the atmosphere of universities. I love being a student, and North Carolina has some of the best educational opportunities, at least on the East Coast of the U.S., which is really special to me.
And that boy that it's gonna be like the next Michael Jordan, Zion, he's at Duke, right?
Zion Williamson. Okay, so we could do an entire podcast talking about Zion, but Zion is originally from North Carolina, and then he went to school in my home city in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Yay!
And then he went to university at Duke in North Carolina, and now he's in the NBA playing professional basketball.
Is he already? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has been for a while. He plays for the New Orleans Pelicans.
That's crazy. We saw him playing at his high school, right?
Yeah, before he was super famous.
And there were already a lot of cameras there.
Yeah. And speaking of basketball, not only Zion Williamson, but also Michael Jordan is from North Carolina. He's from Wilmington.
Wilmington. Yes, that's true. That's true. I learned that watching his documentary on Netflix.
Which everyone should check out if you have not already. And some other really famous people from North Carolina. Do you know any, Alexia?
No. Do I?
You probably do. Let me give you a couple examples of the talent coming out of North Carolina. Nina Simone.
Oh.
John Coltrane.
Wow.
Julianne Moore.
Who's that?
She's a famous actress with red hair. She's in all of the Bourne Identity movies. She's in Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay, I probably know her, but I can't remember her face right now. I'm really bad with names, actresses and actors, and like artists in general.
It's okay. She's a great actress. Billy Graham, the famous evangelical pastor that you probably remember from The Crown.
Yes.
He was
a
spiritual advisor to Queen Elizabeth. Who else? Edward Snowden, the ex-CIA officer that leaked a lot of documents. North Carolina has a lot of famous people. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I love North Carolina, and it's amazing when you cross the border from south to north. Google Maps always tell you like, welcome to North Carolina. And then the nature, it doesn't change that much, but you feel like when you go to Asheville, for example, the ambience changes a lot.
The ambience?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, North Carolina does feel a little bit different. For me, South Carolina feels like...
Oh my God, we've been there a lot.
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time in North Carolina.
Yeah, Waynesville and that apple picking place.
Hendersonville.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So for me personally, South Carolina feels like the beach, and North Carolina feels like the mountains and rivers and forest.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel that North Carolina is a little bit more like young, and South Carolina, depending on where you're at, is not.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's probably true. So just a couple of reasons why you should visit North Carolina when we can travel again. Number one, North Carolina has a lot of like diversity. It's a big state. There are a lot of different cities, a lot of really cool cities. And each of these cities has a lot of really awesome opportunities, cool places to study. The economy's growing a lot in North Carolina, a lot of jobs. There are a ton of Brazilians.
A lot.
Yes. And so for me, North Carolina is kind of perfect, where you get all of the benefits of living in a good part of the United States with a lot of opportunities, but it's not like New York or California. Like, it's still a very authentic feeling place.
Yeah, I like that as well, the way that you described it, because it makes sense. I would love to spend more time in North Carolina just exploring, especially Raleigh. I don't know why, but I feel a great connection with Raleigh, the same way that I feel a great connection with Greenville in South Carolina.
Yeah, those are both awesome cities. Cool. Anything else to add about North Carolina, Alexia?
No? All good.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys. I hope you liked learning about another state in the U.S., and we will be back tomorrow talking about another one of my favorite states.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Foster.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Muito obrigada por ter escutado mais um episódio aqui do nosso Inglês no Micro Rádio. Vocês sabem que nós fazemos o possível e impossível para deixar o inglês mais pertinho de vocês, né? E é um prazer imenso que a gente possa estar acompanhando vocês no dia a dia, na rotina e fazer parte da hora da cozinha, de faxina, tomar banho, dirigir, o que for. Então, eu queria aqui deixar bem claro que se você entrar lá no nosso site, inglesnecru.com, você vai poder ver um pouco mais do que a gente oferece de produtos, além aqui do nosso podcast querido, que a gente chama de paixão. Então vão lá, vão no nosso site, né? Aquela força pra gente. Procurem saber mais o que a gente está fazendo. E é aquilo, né, galera? Cada mês nós temos um challenge novo. Então, eu acho que é a hora de aproveitar. Então é isso. Um beijo grande e a gente se vê no próximo episódio. Bye!